Hello there everybody and welcome to Battlefield 4 Comparison episode number 1. Now, Battlefield 4 Comparison is where we take two similar related weapons and compare them to see which one is the ultimate weapon. And just before we start, do be sure to check out Machinima Prime's Dead Island short, which is a shot-for-shot adaptation of the trailer and is also fantastically directed by BJ McDonnell. The graphic is at the bottom of the screen, click that and it will take you to the video. But let's get down to things. Now, for the first episode of Comparison, I have taken a look and compared the ACW-R and the AK5C. Now the Bushmaster ACR, which is the adaptive combat rifle, it was previously known as the Magpul Massadar before Bushmaster and Remington took over production, and it is an assault rifle developed initially to take over the venerable M16 family of assault rifles. Now on the other hand, the AK5C or the AK5, which is Swedish for Auto Carbine 5, is the main service rifle of the Swedish Armed Forces, and the weapon was originally based on the FN/FNC and is manufactured by Bofors. Now within Battlefield 4, these guns are very similar. Actually, you unlock both of them like one after another, so which one is the dominant weapon? Now you would think you get the AK5C, then you get the ACW-R. Will the AK5C be the worst weapon? Well, let's start off with the advantages of the ACW-R. Now, the ACW-R fires 880 rounds per minute compared to the 700 rounds per minute of the AK5C, which allows it to have a 26% faster fire rate than the AK5C. It also only takes 1.83 seconds to reload when there are bullets in the chamber compared to the 1.85 seconds the AK5C takes, which allows the ACW-R to reload an impressive 1% quicker when there is a bullet in the chamber. Unfortunately though, these are the only advantages that the ACW-R has over the AK5C, so let's move over to the advantages of the AK5C to see what it's dominant in. So firstly, the AK5C's bullets can fly up to 945 meters compared to the ACW-R's 750 meters, which allows it to have bullets that fly 26% further. The AK5C also ironically reloads 1% faster when there are no bullets in the chamber, with it taking an impressive 2.35 seconds compared to the ACW-R's 2.37 seconds. And the muzzle velocity, which everybody loves to know on the AK5C, is 630 ms compared to the ACW-R's 500, which allows the AK5C to fly bullets 26% faster. Now, the AK5C is very impressive with recoil, keep that in mind, because of course it's got less fire rate, but when compared to the ACW-R, it has 16% less upwards kick, 33% less kick to the right, and also 50% less kick to the left, which is pretty impressive indeed if you're one of those guys who like to know about recoil. Now, the recoil multiplier for those guys who of course like to know about recoil is lower on the AK5C, with it coming in at 1.65 compared to the 2.3 multiplier on the ACW-R, which equals a 28% lower recoil multiplier. Finally, on the AK5C, its last advantage is that the spread increases 20% less than the ACW-R when shooting, which is probably due to its 26% or so faster fire rate. So now the advantages of each weapon have been highlighted. It shows the ACW-R has 2 advantages and the AK5C has 8 advantages. There are however many equal statistics on both of these weapons, and these include the same maximum damage of 25, the same minimum damage of 15.4, the same drop off start and end distance with them being 80 and 50 meters respectively. They both have the same magazine size of 31, equal bullet drop and same recoil decrease, and the amount of spread for when aiming down the sights, when standing prone, crouching and when hip firing in the same positions is all equal in both guns. So clearly the AK5C is the better gun, but I'm going to give you a few tips now on how you can make the ACW-R that little bit better, so then it has 7 advantages compared to the 8 advantages on the AK5C. Now you're going to select the heavy barrel and the vertical grip, and by adding these you can give it 7 advantages, as I just said 1 moment ago. Now through having 7 advantages, you will then have the advantage of less spread whilst aiming down the sight whilst you're moving or still, and also less spread when you're moving in any stance. With all of these advantages, they have a 50% lower spread compared to the AK5C, but you have to keep in mind, guys, that is the AK5C with no attachments. If you have the heavy barrel and the vertical grip on the AK5C, then again it dominates against the ACW-R. So, in today's first episode of Battlefield 4 comparison, we have clearly discovered that even with no attachments on the AK5C, it is still a better carbine than the ACW-R, even when the ACW-R has got dual attachment on. So this has been the first episode of Battlefield 4 comparison. Do be sure to hit like, favourite and subscribe, and if you want to see 2 certain weapons analysed and compared, do be sure to leave a comment below. But as always, thanks for watching.